What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Welcome to the show. Welcome to another season, Yellow Tape Season 2 here with host DOJ. What's going on, brother?
Going on, big dog?
How you doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling like a villain.
I feel you. Oh, you already know. Let me drop the intro, then we on the show. Give us a few seconds. Be right with y'all. With the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Got stack that case out my mouth. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, gotta stack the cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't nothing time, turn it up. Let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere. It's our time to show. You already. What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for stopping by. How you feeling? How was your happy Labor Day? Labor Day to everybody out there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? How was your Labor Day? Did anything special?
Not at all, man. My stickball family all went over there to Puerto Rico to play a tournament out there. So I was missing out on that.
Okay. Did they have fun? Did they win or?
Yeah, my captain. So they broke up. Oh, a lot of people went different places. My captain went with pretty much the same team that won last year and brought it back home.
Okay.
So shout out to Big Len for going ahead and bringing that back home to New York. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out. Facts. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Representing way around. You know, Uncle Jackie like to make a guest appearance. You know he gonna be here shortly. You know he got to be unorthodox and stuff like that.
Gotta be fashionably late.
Yeah, you already know. You know how we do sometimes. You know what I mean? And plus, he out there in Atlanta, so he making moves.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know what it must be like on the streets over there right now. So,
yeah, facts. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You know, as far as today's show is going to be talking about the Atlanta shooting. I got some clips. I got some news bought from that area. So go straight to the videos. I'm gonna drop like 4 videos of that, and then we're gonna come back and talk about that. It's a minute each, so you know, only 5 minutes of time.
As it begins, we will let you know how any new information that is coming out of one.
People are dead and 9 others injured after a high school shooting in Winder, Georgia. That's a suburb of Atlanta. Thanks for joining us on this busy news day. I'm Lena Tillett.
And I'm Dan Haggerty. Law enforcement sources telling CNN the shooter is believed to be a 14-year-old and is currently in police custody. This happened at a high school about an hour outside of Atlanta. As we take a live look now, this is the media staging area that you see here. This is in Barrow County, Georgia, where authorities are planning to give an update any moment. We want to get you these updates of the very latest that we know right now. Ashley Rowe is following the latest coming in. Ashley, what can you tell us?
Well, guys, the shooting happened at Appalachia High School at around 10:23 this morning. Parents and students still being reunited at this hour. Here's the very latest. 4 people have died. We don't know if they are students or teachers. At least 9 people went to the hospital with injuries. You may be seeing a varying.
People are dead and 9 others injured after a high school shooting.
The suspect is in custody and alive. Investigators have not identified this person yet. The school day had just gotten started. Students were in second period when gunfire erupted inside their school.
I heard like the policemen were chasing the person up and down the hallways. You can hear the shooting, but from like afar.
We got in a corner, some girl started crying, and then like I was like, calm down, and then the teacher, she was shaking and everything.
I want to show you this video. This is the football field where students started to gather when they were let out of the school, and you can see this prayer circle starting to form here. And these are text messages. This is really hard. Between a mother and a student. It's just an example of how frightening this was for the people inside the school during this shooting. The student saying, "School shooting right now. I'm scared. I'm not joking. I love you." This shooting. The student saying, "School shooting right now. I'm scared. I'm not joking. I love you." Mom saying, "Love you too, baby." And then at the very end, underneath, someone's dead. WRAL's Brian Schrader is in the WRAL Live Center monitoring updates coming in from investigators. Brian?
Ashley, we're expecting that press conference from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to begin at any minute now. We're going to be monitoring those live pictures here in the WRAL Live Center. All new in the past 5 minutes, former President Donald Trump has posted on Truth Social about the shooting, saying these cherished children were taken from us far too soon by a sick and deranged monster. And in the past hour, Vice President Kamala Harris at a rally in New Hampshire said it was a senseless tragedy. Quote, "We've got to stop it. It does not have to be this way," end quote. We've also heard in the past half hour from Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp, who issued this statement saying this is a day every parent dreads, and Georgians everywhere will hug their children tighter this evening because of this painful event. He pledged all of the state's resources to the families there in Winder, Georgia.
This shooting.
As it begins, we will let you know how any new information that is coming out of Winder, Georgia, here from the WRAL Live Center.
Sure. All right, Brian, thank you. Also
9:30 a.m. The school day had just started at Appalachia High School near Atlanta when shots were fired.
It was just like a loud boom as if a locker had slammed. So my teacher thought it was just like some kid acting foolish. So then she took a peek outside, and then we heard repeatedly the banging again, and that's when we could identify it was a gun.
Law enforcement swarmed to the scene while students sheltered in their classrooms.
The hard lockdown was placed, and then we ran to the back of the classroom, turned off the lights. I was shaking.
NBC News has learned there are 4 dead, many more injured.
We do have a suspect in custody, and we are asking for your patience as the media to please let us get the facts that.
Yeah, man. Welcome, Uncle Jackie. What's going on, brother? How we doing, man?
What's good, brothers? What's good? How y'all feeling? How y'all be, man?
Everything Gucci. Everything Gucci, but you know, besides the latest news out there type shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know the Winder deal. That joint is, that was crazy, man. And if we just peep it, every time these things happen, they happen. And see, y'all might not know about Winder. Nobody does. You get what I mean? There's always these little small towns that nobody knows of. Winder is like 45 minutes outside of Atlanta. So nobody, you go from Winder to go to work in Atlanta. You don't go from Atlanta to go to Winder. You get what I'm saying? So it's always though like Sandy Hook. These are small little communities, small towns. I don't even think they could be considered cities that they're so small. You know what I mean? And Barrow County, yeah, I'm good. I don't even go up that way. Shout out to JoJo, because that's the only person I know that lives in Winder. That's the boonies.
It's just crazy wherever is happening at. I mean, yeah. I mean, like the reporter just said, that's one of these dreadful phone calls that you would hate to get from school saying that your kid's involved or have to even be subject to it. You know what I mean? And it goes to the arguments that New York City is having about should the kids have cell phones inside the classroom? You know what I mean? Should it be locked up somewhere, or should it be? I mean, they should have access to it. They just shouldn't be out on the floor during the school time type things. But that would be hard to regulate. But going back to this subject on hand, like I said, the school shooting thing, that's just crazy, man. Coming from another youth too, that's even more. You know, you got to open.
I believe he was 14 years old.
Yeah, that's what they're reporting.
Yeah, he was 14 years old. Yeah, the little bit of homework I did, that's 2 and 2, 2 teachers, 2 students, and 9 injured. Yeah, that sucks. My fault. Go ahead, Theo J.
I don't even know where to even start off with all of this, man. It's what, like 300. What was like over 300 shootings already, something like that. Like the year or something, or in Georgia or something. I don't know. Numbers are just ridiculous. I always feel bad every time this goes on, and I talked about it with a friend, and it's always now you got to figure out where is there to blame. I guess are we gonna go with the bullying route, the figuring out somebody's being picked on, or if the kid had issues or whatever the case may be. Then it goes into the access of the weapons. How is it people can have access to weapons and things like this happen? But then every time I start having this talk, you guys know, obviously, because we didn't grow up far from each other, we all know people who have access to weapons, and things like this don't happen. I mean, stupid things do happen, but it's never. I've personally I've never felt in fear ever. Been like, all right, somebody's gonna come to the school and shoot it. I know grown men who come in and they have problems and they gotta, all right, we're gonna handle this over there. We're gonna go around this and make sure we're gonna do this, that, and the third. I ain't never hear no rolling up and shooting up and trying to do a drive-by on a school or something. I don't know. It's on me, but I don't know.
But peep it, Jay, real quick. It leads to what I just said. Where do we live? The inner city. We live in the big city. That don't happen in the big city. It happens in little places that you can't consider a city. They're small towns, little small places, quiet places usually.
But I only use it in context of just access to weapons. You know what I'm saying? It's
that's a fact because they are there.
And the thing with me is that I've known people that'll be like, bro, I go upstairs and bring out a backpack. Like I'll tell you, I'll have this. So, and yeah, I mean, I've never two times out of the whole time I've ever been in school, the whole however years, 12 years or whatever the case may be, being inside school. Never one time. One time that I was ever afraid, thinking something was going to happen. And the 2 times somebody showed me the internet, they never even lasted past second period. It was like, all right, both times in high school, all right, I'm out of here. I got to go handle it and go ahead and get out of here. It wasn't for, I got to come to school and come handle this. I got to go ahead and have problems. And I don't want to hear nothing about inner city, over city, about high school kids and having problems, because they are all the exact same. Yeah, we all know we overdo things and we overthink things, and we always either think we're invincible or not, and whatever but I'm not. It's just insane to me that this is again something we gotta go ahead and bring up and talk about. Poor kids now.
It's different, and it's different when you know you got beef, and you know the situation on hand and who you got beef with, and then things could just pop off. You understand? And I say that because I'm going to go with. I didn't grow up in a rough neighborhood, but you know the beef that we had between Brooklyn and private houses, and over there in Canarsie and East New York area, they kind of bought out guns at the schoolyard. You know what I mean? But it wasn't at the corner of the school. You know what I mean? It wasn't in front of the school. It wasn't inside the school. Was weapons bought inside school? Yes. Was weapons inside lockers and people's book bags? Yes. But now, was it disrespectful to use it inside school and put people in harm's way? We just had a different outlook on the beef and how we dealt with our beef and who we dealt with. You know what I mean? So I say that, you know, it's the second day of school, it's the third day of school for these people out in Atlanta. No one is thinking.
I think they were already in school. I think they started way before we did.
They started August.
Yeah. 2 or 3 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks in, but you still not thinking that, you know what, I got to worry about someone coming over.
How? That's not enough time for me to. Who? I don't want to make this funny, but who has beef that fast? Who has a problem and has to deal with something like that drastically, bro? This is where it's gonna go, bro. You not something? Yeah, something has to be wrong with the kids. Something has to be wrong. Yeah, but there better be a better explanation than just be like, all right, he just did it out of whim. It wasn't. It was just. It was just.
I'm
no
a-
way, bro.
I'm gonna ride. I'm right at Harlem HNRC channel right now when I say this. His mom's had an OnlyFans and he got upset because the kids was getting on him about the digging in the couches.
That's very possible.
It better be something because
it gotta be. We'll find out within 24 hours. We will find out within 24 hours.
And to think that you gotta go ahead. I think that's what it's gonna boil down to. I mean, now that I keep saying it, I think that's what it's gonna boil down to. It's how did you come to terms with like this is the way I have to handle the situation. This is my only outlet to go ahead and go do something. Like it's strange to me, but that's the problem when we have what, a 14-year-old brain, but we have a barely developed mind over there, barely even has clean drawers. Like, come on, bro. I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Can't wash no dishes, but you got access to a gun and you murdered 4 people.
Can't even wipe your ass right.
Right.
And you about to get tried as an adult.
Yeah.
They not about to have no leniency on you. Jack, you know if you in a kill state or not? You know, do you know if that Atlanta or Georgia?
I think it is. I think it is a penalty here. I think it is.
I think so too.
That's another scare you gotta put on there. So either you do one of the two. You ruined your life completely. Obviously, that you're never gonna see the light of day again. You in there with the big boys, and they're not gonna have no light on you. And on top of that,
they're going to destroy him.
You know what? Since you did this, and this is the worst shooting we've ever had in Georgia in all our time of having schools, let's go ahead and put that needle in your veins right quick. And now you done. Now not only are they mourning your parents and your family mourning you, because the way that we go wrong, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Right.
At least somebody know, bro. At least somebody know the truth. Somebody know the truth, man. But I hate to go ahead and make a light of it and go ahead and make it, but best way to deal with grief, and I don't see this going anywhere better. I see this as getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And worse.
Yeah. It
I do too.
It don't make sense, bro. It really don't make sense.
Oh, man. I feel bad.
Uncle Jagger, how was your you know, you don't throw it back off to the beginning of the show. I was asking how was the Labor Day. How was your Labor Day? Anything special you did? Final fireworks.
Great. Labor Day was dope as hell. I was making double time, so it was a wonderful day. I was at work.
That's right. I figured that was
double time, baby. Not time and a half. Double time. I want people to understand where I'm coming from. It's not time and a half. Not 1.5. 2.
That's nice though. That's nice to have that, you know, that double time pay. You know what I mean? That's all holidays.
Yeah.
Nice.
I hate when I can't work I hate when I'm off on the holidays. I miss the 4th of July. You know, black folks don't celebrate that. Shouldn't be celebrating that anymore anyway. So, you know, I'm not mad if you do though, because I am pro America.
I just say I'm gonna celebrate that too. You know what I mean? I'm gonna celebrate June 19th.
Yeah, I am pro America.
We got every which way.
Any reason to be going out to a cookout? I'm just saying. I'm gonna go to a cookout. I'm just saying.
I believe that. If there's a reason, I be trying to have it for no reason.
We can do something to go and we get together to have a cookout. I'm gonna be like, yeah, well, we celebrate that right there. I'm good. I'm with that. I'm with that. Don't worry about it.
Yo, peep it. All it takes is like 4 or 5 people with $20. and you have that's food and drink right there. 4 or 5 people with $20.
Whichever way you want to go with this one, bro, it's fire.
That's I do want any reason to cook out. That is that brings the folks together as long as they put money in.
Definitely.
Shout out to the Ave. You know, the block is having a block party on Saturday. So shout out to the block. I may creep up over there in Brooklyn, you know what I mean, and see what's going on. Hopefully I'll be able to see little Liam over there running around, you know what I mean? So we see what's going on.
Right. I want to do I don't want any reason to throw a barbecue. Shit, I might talk to my boy. We supposed to go hoop. Let's say, yo, let's go find somewhere, with a grill. Let's throw up $20 a piece. Shit, 15. Some hot dogs, some some chickens, some burgers. Keep it light. Play cards.
Oh yeah.
Shit fun, man. Shit fun. And it's simple, it's easy. Like, then we got Dan. I'm sure Dan gonna want to be the grill. We already got the grill, man. I don't even have to do it. That's gonna make it even better.
I just don't like having to be on the grill. So I mean,
know what it is, man? I knew I was growing up when I realized that when I like actually going on the grill and cooking and doing stuff. And then I was like, I wonder why nobody likes doing this. Then I started doing it, and I was like, this is the reason why nobody likes it.
This is why nobody wants to do it. Nope. Only people that want to do it.
And everybody was avoiding me. They was like, all right, we're going to leave him there. We're going to go ahead and go over here. We're going to be good. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
I don't know.
It's a grill for the family.
I don't know if there's a difference between propane and a charcoal grill, because a propane grill may give you.
Yo, you say that down here, you might not make it back uptown, bro. I mean, so you may not make it back up north. You say that shit down here. I dare you. How dare you, bro? Are you crazy?
I used to say shit like that, bro, until my man's put me on to like how he likes to barbecue. He gets natural charcoals, and he gets like little wood chips and shit like that just to go extra.
Little hickory.
And I was like, yes. Bro, I get it. I definitely get it. Miss Brinson, hello.
So in other words, you're saying, what's up, Miss Brinson? How you doing? So in other words, you're saying they like charcoal grill than anything.
Way better.
No, it goes both ways, but you definitely better you better know the damn distinction. You should be able to taste. You should be able to taste the difference between the gas grill.
So I'm not saying, I wouldn't say nothing about the taste. I was just saying the having to be on your feet all the time with the charcoal.
Oh, it don't matter that. If you cook it, you cook it. You definitely ridiculous.
Yeah, because
you're not moving.
I mean, I'm charcoal. I'm charcoal with wood chips all day. Don't put that gas stuff near me. You want gas grill? Let a woman do it. I don't want that.
Yeah, she asking, are they hiring? I need double time.
That's funny.
They are, but you ain't gonna want to work there. You're only gonna be happy on the holidays. No shout out to my job.
Yeah, man. No. I know the difference between the taste of a grill and a propane. That's definitely a distinguished taste to a grill.
Hell yeah.
You know what type of chips and wood you use and boys, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So what's going on, man? How's life? What's going on? Well, Jack, we already know Uncle Jackie getting double time where he at. I mean, I get no double time where I'm at, but I mean, I got time and a half, but I want double time as well. Did you work on Labor Day? You was off.
Super off. Off chilling. Chilling and went to go shopping for my son for his first day of school.
Okay. It starts tomorrow, first day of school, right, for him? Yeah, nice. Yeah, shout out to New York City and other states that have their first day of school tomorrow.
Sir.
You know, bless up to the kids. You know, Liam got his first day tomorrow.
Shout out to Georgia, yo. Got to today. Got to just because of the incident. Got to.
Georgia, rest in peace to those who lost their lives. You know what I mean? Before that.
Yeah, shout out to Georgia. I should have put on my A hat, but that's not even an Atlanta thing, bro. That don't happen in Atlanta. It's like, I'm gonna keep driving at that point. That won't happen in Atlanta. It's not. It's just not.
I get you. I've had the same argument.
Hopefully it never happens in there. You know what I mean? But I mean,
hopefully it never happens anywhere. But it's not gonna happen in a big city, bro. I'm sticking to that theory, bro. It's not gonna happen in a big city. It's gonna happen in one of them little small communities with because Winder has what, less than 10,000 people, maybe. Like I'm telling you, this place is small. These are small towns. Like it's not a lot of people. It's one of them towns where everybody knows everybody. Hey, Hal. Hey, Jim. People coming to each other's doors with pies. Like, hey, my wife made a pie for you guys. Blah, blah, blah. Like one of those kind of towns. Like, yeah, that's that. I bet you his mother knows their mothers. Or at least seen them before.
This is the reason why the argument happens, and it's strange to go ahead and say, well, is it really where someone's born, where someone lives? Is it their environment? Or is it their access to things? You know what I'm saying? This is why there's always, I wonder what would be the resolution to go ahead and go from there. And then it's like, you definitely not, it's always going to come back to trying to take away somebody's weapons. And we don't see that ever happening from there. But then it's like, what is it? To be more proactive with weapons? I don't, be more vigilant? I don't know.
And this is a right to bear arms state. Like, you got people walking around like cops now with their sidearm on their hip. So, and Winder, like maybe another county or another town over, you go hunting in. Because that's how Winder's country. That's what I'm trying to say. It's in the country. So, they got access to rifles and they going deer hunting, they hunting this, they hunting big game, whatever you call it. I'm not, particularly good with it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's deer and whatever. They got access.
So is it no more Call of Duty? You know what I mean? Is it no more Battlefield to play for these kids that is it watching their gameplay? Is it watching the movies they watching? Like, what can we do as parents to prevent it or stop this from being a statistic out there in them wooded areas? You know what I mean? Or in the townships that's being hit by it. Because, I mean, if you look at it, the big cities had the metal detection in certain states and certain schools, you know what I mean, pop-up metal detection. They have other preventative actions that they take to make sure their things are secure. I mean, did this school have lax security? Was it a chatter through the social media? Like, what triggered it and what's triggering it from these townships, you know what I mean, from these places?
I can't say anything about, anything else, but I'm gonna throw this out there. It's Winder. Security gonna be lax because it's Winder, if that makes sense. Like what I keep trying to tell y'all. It's Winder. So they're man, it's like one of them places where the bank has one person in it. Or maybe two tellers, depending on the bank, and it's not very a large bank. Even if it's a PNC or whatever, it's still going to be very small because that town small.
It's like a one gas station, one bank type of township, like type of shit you talk.
It might be just a little bigger than that. It might be 2 and 2.
Okay. Yeah, so
it might be 2 and 2.
I understand that you punching that line. So that, like I said, you punching it, but what could be done, or what, like, if the kid's weak-minded over there, like what's the difference between?
I think so. The generations themselves are weaker. The same way the generations before us called us weak and lost. Like, remember Weaver, Jesse Weaver, that used to work in the Mac? Bro, he hated us. He said, man, I remember one time he got so mad. I don't even know what we did. He got so mad. He's like, man, this is Generation X, Y, and Z. It's over. I mean, he caught a real, and that's the way I feel about these young dudes. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. They're softer. and it depends on if they have. It really depends on if they have 2-parent homes or not. So you can see, because you can tell if a child is influenced by just a woman or if there's a man there to level them out. Make sure hey yo, put some dirt on it, stop crying, because mommy's gonna, oh booby, oh my God, your leg is gonna fall off. You get what I'm saying? So everything is softer. Everything is, and then you from a small town, and I don't know, but things are getting weaker. I believe every generation is getting weaker and weaker because times are getting easier and easier.
I just think that if it's a problem in these out of towns or these small towns or a little bit bigger than a small town, what is the action that they're supposed to take, or what is the monitoration at home supposed to be going on? Like, what type of guidance the parents supposed to be providing that they aren't providing inside these small towns? I mean, even without the mother or father, these towns are small. You see the kids, growing up, and then like the next door neighbor should be more in tune with the kid as well. You know what I mean? I mean, the township that I'm in right now, like, everybody for themselves in the sense, they wave at you, say hello, acknowledge you, but end of the day, nobody knows what goes on inside your household. And as far as I see the kids outside, you may see them be outside in front of their house, but that's about it. So their actions, you hardly see, further than 15 minutes, you know what I mean? Okay, Jay, what input you want to put in?
Yeah, we just can't place, I don't want to say place blame, but we can't place anything or know what factor needs to go where, because we still don't know what the hell triggered all of this and what made this to happen. We don't know whether it was a household thing, whether it was a school thing, whether it was a bullying thing, whether it was I didn't take my meds that day, whether I was planning this for a minute, whether the people had anything in common. They don't know anything right now. And it's the first time I've ever heard that it happened, and then an officer came in and got him to give himself up, and he's actually going to be able to face trial. Every other case that I know from there is that person always ends up dead or killing themselves, and it's like, all right, maybe that's a different way to look at it. Maybe his state of mind wasn't that it was that bad. If he got convinced to go ahead and give himself up, maybe it was, something that we're not seeing, or something we don't know yet, or something we're not guessing.
Yeah.
That boy gave himself up. Go ahead, brother.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just out here just speculating on where the avenues where it could have went or how it could have gone. You know what I mean? So I mean, I ain't also placing blame on nobody as well. I'm just going down avenues where I'm just hitting more the head off the host. Uncle Jackie saying it's a small town. It's a small town. It's a small town. So I'm trying to figure out what could trigger it from being from a person from a big town. So that's where I'm going at. Go ahead, Uncle Jackie.
For the give up part, I think the kid gave up simply by seeing what he did to other people and realizing that's about to happen to him. He's like, that looked painful what I did, and I don't want to feel that.
The cop told him there's only one way you're gonna, if this is by me shooting you, so you have to just give up. And he was like, all right.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. He don't want to feel that pain. He don't want to feel that. I do not want to feel that.
See, that went with your theory, how you just thought, Uncle Jackie. So if it went like that, then yeah, you know what I mean? He didn't want to face the same fate that he threw out there. And that's what goes on with a lot of us as youth. We make decisions that, when we face the consequences, we like, oh shit, no, not me. You know what I mean? And some of us just buckle up and take it because we know we put ourselves there. But then there's some of us that just be like, nah, no, I'm telling no, it wasn't me. It was everybody. It was Ray. It was this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So.
14. Can you imagine if they went back and they picked a chapter in your life and they said, out of all the years you've been living, hold on, bing, 14. Go ahead and answer for all these things that was going on. What the fuck? I wasn't paying attention to any of the things that were going on to that. I didn't value my parents' input. I didn't value all the people in my life's things. I made my own decisions. I was trying to be a man. I was doing this. I was confused. What the fuck? Bro, there's a lot of people. You thought you was grown. You thought you understood everything, but you didn't think anything through. You didn't have a fully developed mentality to know the consequences of all your actions. You're crazy.
Let me just tell you something that happened. Let me just say something.
14s were different.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me at one time, and I was a little bit older than 14, maybe 15, 16, because I was chaperoning my niece going to Bear Mountain. We was in going to Bear Mountain on a trip with Blessed Sacrament, a whole bunch of Catholic girls, Catholic school girls, as well as Catholic school monitors, or chaperones like I was. I'm 16 years old. These girls are 16, 17. Cut a long story short, I can't swim. I jumped in a 8-foot pool off a diving board, and I was blue, 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 blue. Blue, 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 blue. So the one of the girls that I'm trying to impress was like, look at that, like he's drowning. You understand? And it took a lifeguard or a teacher to come and grab me and pluck me out the water. And, that made me realize what life was a little bit about, because I was living a little bit crazy around that time, you know what I mean? But it was like your decisions that you make could really have you dead. And whether you're trying to show yourself, unalive, that they want us to say it, you know what I mean?
Right.
But, that certain choices that you make in life, whether the consequences or not, you have to weigh out all angles of your choices. And if you don't, then you could be burned.
Yeah, man, I just don't understand it.
14 years old, bro. I was awkward. 15 and 14. I was awkward, and for some reason, I thought 16 was going to be so much better, and it was. But I didn't.
You didn't even think.
16.
You didn't even think any way further than 2 years, bro. I was like, then I know it's gonna be better. Then I know
It's
something.
gonna be better.
You didn't even think,
the
rest of my life, I have a whole bunch of time to go ahead and realize, I can. Every other day from today that I realize this, I can make it better. I can do whatever I had in my brain to make it that much better.
See, at 14 and 15 years old, I wasn't really getting bullied either. If that was the case, I'm just saying if that's the case there, I wasn't getting bullied. and at that time, I think I was getting it rocking with everybody walking the earth. I was trying to get it rocking with them. Like, pause. And really, I wasn't even really getting in any trouble like that, because the biggest danger I was to myself was talking shit in a basketball game in a wrong hood, because I didn't think it was no such thing, because you're gonna get this work. So that's the only, playing sports in another hood, no matter what sport. And I'm just destroying the cornerback, or I'm destroying the pitcher, I'm destroying whoever stepped in front of me, and I'm making your block look bad, and you don't even know who I am. I just came from nowhere. That was my biggest danger as a kid. I wasn't thinking about, I'm gonna walk up in Manhattan Center and I'm about to air it out. I'm not thinking that. I'm gonna walk into, I hated junior high school. I never one day thought I'm gonna walk in here and air it out. That's just not things we do in the inner city, because we see from young, you are going to jail. This is not, I think that's what it is, man. That's what I say. In the inner city, you see things more than they see it in a Winder, more than they see it in Sandy Hook. You see things. You watch your man try to, do what he got to do, like he Al Capone, and you also watch him get handcuffed and get in that car, and you never seen him again.
That's a good argument, because, like I said, I was confused. I always make it a joking situation when I tell them, I'm like, it's strange to me how I know people who have a whole types of access to things, and it's easy for them to go ahead and go do it. But never, you tell them, I've met dudes who be like, bro, I can't even walk down the street without looking over my shoulder. And you mentioned going ahead and doing something in school, around children, doing something like that, bro. What? Bro, stop it, bro. I'm not gonna go ahead and go through that. That's crazy. That's insane.
even selling drugs around school at one point in time was like, no, right? Like, we ain't doing that, bro. Like,
Oh, hell no.
You know what I mean? We ain't doing no.
But we knew. Giuliani told us, we gonna lock your black ass up. Giuliani told us flat out. And then we seen niggas try it. And what happened? They got their black ass or brown ass or person of colored ass locked up.
Bro,
not play with them schools.
Within school zones and go do shit. We ain't gonna know how to do that.
Because I think the school zone was invented by Giuliani.
You make a valid, not to lose your premise and not to lose your focus of giving you a compliment. You raise a good argument where it goes, maybe it could be because we see, unfortunately, our friends or the people in our neighborhoods or the people around the situation, or we see things more or less like, damn, do I really want to risk my life to go ahead and do something that stupid? I don't know from there. But then it's like, at the time we have now, in the age of information, in the age of computers and everything like that, you don't think some of this stuff is either working both ways? Either they hear about it and they go, damn, I could do something like that too. Or they go, damn, this is information that I shouldn't go ahead and go do. Like, to me, every time everybody from the hood hears something or somebody, I don't even want to say from the hood, like exactly like you said, somebody from like an inner city or like a tri-state, a big metropolitan area, they go ahead and they hear that, they be like, that's hilarious. Can you imagine doing some dumb shit like that? No, I can imagine a bunch of fights, no matter what age group it is. If that's what's gonna happen, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen when you have people who have disagreements. It's gonna happen. That's okay. But you're never gonna hear, every time you hear, they be like, ha, it's never gonna be around here. Bet you that wasn't on this side. Bet you it wasn't over here.
Right.
Bet you it wasn't over there. And yet you got places where it's people can't walk down the street because it's, damn, I might catch a stray bullet somewhere. I might catch something over there. But on the school, that's crazy.
Yeah. And if they're like, you don't even beef pause near school. Like, what are you over there for? There's no reason to be over there. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Maybe you remember too, Doc. You know, you're a little bit older than me. I remember dudes going to my mother saying, "Pardon me, Miss Lady, you might want to take your son home. We about to be shooting out here."
No,
I had both. I had that. I had the, yo, there's something going on. You should leave out of here. And I've also had the, you know what I saw your son doing the other day? You know what I call him going ahead and outside with? You know who he was going ahead and starting something with? And they had all of that going around there too. That goes into, I'm not gonna call no parenting into question. I'm not gonna do that. A parent right now is probably suffering their worst time right now, having to realize all of this. But if it strikes down and some way, somehow, you know, the narrative spits out, it wasn't hugged, it wasn't loved, and the things we always joke about from over here, then it's gonna be like, all right, bro, then what else is there to go? Who else are we gonna go ahead and go blame that? That's just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace. Guys, go on.
Rest in peace. No. Go ahead, brother. Rest in peace. Condolences.
Get your thoughts on, because I'm about to go into the next subject real quick.
Oh, yeah. With that, as I'm trying to articulate, but as far as this stuff goes, man, it's like I keep alluding to. When you born, like, you know, in that environment that we born in, I'm not saying it was the ghetto or anything, but it's still, you know, the hood, whatever.
Wherever inner cities. That's why I said big
inner city,
metropolitan areas. That's what you want.
Big areas. You have access to information first. That's why, you know, people try to copy us from outside going in. Pause. And
you bring that full
sentence. And I really think that that kid may have, for that, he may have been bullied by because Winder, like I said, 45 minutes from Atlanta. It's not far-fetched that them kids could get to, you know, have a little bit of that ATL in them, and he might not be a kid that simply doesn't. And, you know, you got to it is a lot of factors, but I think bullying was a factor, and he had nobody around him to teach him, like, yo, see this, ball it up, See this? Ball it up, put it here, stand here. Swing first and don't stop swinging until you asleep. Or until somebody grabs you and they won't bother you anymore. Like, I mean, and you could be physically still small. I mean, hey, don't get expelled from school, but you got to fight back some type of way. You don't have to go, end people. You don't have to end people. Fight, stand up, stand tall. Fights happen. That's what my point was. Fights happen, parents. Fights happen. Your kid is gonna fight. He's gonna get into a fight, or he's gonna be a lamb for the slaughter. You have to teach these kids how to defend themselves.
Self-discipline and learn to go ahead and go there. You better go ahead and learn some self-defense.
Right.
Go ahead and learn to put something up. You better learn this.
Because walking away gonna get you. Walking away gonna get you slapped in the back of your fucking head, man. That's all walking away from the shit was gonna do. Because my mama was a walk away. That Jacksonville, I don't even know. Like, I bet you she ain't even walk away. But hey, walk away. All you gonna do is get slapped or punched in the back of the head, man. Ain't no walking away. So I'm glad I listened to my uncle. But yeah, that's it, man. He like, we need to toughen up these kids, man, mentally and physically. Every kid should play sports. We should never congratulate a participation trophy. Never. Because give them something to strive for.
I mean,
like, it's just weird now.
Even if you soft and even growing up like that aspect, it don't make you a man or any bigger for you to pick up a gun and have to go delete people. You know what I mean? Or use it to harm people. I mean, if you can't do it with your hands, and I mean, unless you're getting picked on or something like that, beat up every day, then you're supposed to pick up a stick first. You know what I mean? Then you hit him with a bottle. Something of that nature. But you don't go to a gun and think that you Call of Duty and it, you know what I mean, and you're doing things of that nature. There ain't no video game. This ain't Grand Theft Auto. There's no continue with the only way you're gonna continue is in jail, and you're not gonna be able to come back, or you're gonna,
there's no respawn.
You know what I mean? So
no respawn here. This is real life.
Facts. But yeah, man. Rest in peace to the four. We're gonna have a final comment at the end of the show, so we can come back to this and discuss this as well. But rest in peace to the four that passed away inside this horrible, tragic situation in Georgia. Hopefully speedy recovery for the 9 that did get injured, inside this and melee as well. But now we're gonna go to Colorado, and I got a couple of videos on what's going on. What's supposed to be quote unquote going on. I'm doing that update. The allegations that's going on out that way.
Aurora, Colorado are calling a recent violent incident associated with a Venezuelan street gang a, quote, isolated incident, but it's raising fears once again of a surge in crimes committed by migrants hundreds of miles away from the border, as national correspondent Christine Frizzell reports.
It's a scene that seems to be out of a developing nation where corruption and violence run rampant. But this surveillance video is from an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado.
To your knowledge, what are the men in this video doing?
They are going through the complex, like I'm told that they are, heavily armed. They patrol the complex. They control who comes in, who goes out. They go from door to door. They have forced their way into many complexes. They have thrown people out.
Aurora City Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky blames neighboring Denver for its sanctuary policy, which provides services to undocumented migrants, the vast majority not connected to crimes and there to find work. Video, though, believed to be associated with the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, designated by the U.S. Treasury Department as a transnational criminal organization, closely watched by the FBI.
We're certainly tracking that particular gang, TDA, as we would refer to it, whether it's their, drug trafficking, extortion, kidnapping for ransom, different kinds of violent crime.
4 Venezuelan migrants associated with the same gang were just indicted for this jewelry store heist in Denver. 2 others believed to be involved in the attack of New York City police officers in Times Square in January. And the suspect in the murder of Laken Riley has connections as well. Venezuela and some other countries have no diplomatic relationship with the United States, which means information about migrants' backgrounds would not be shared.
We have no ability to verify their criminal background or whether they belong to a Venezuela gang, but yet we're still releasing them in the United States.
Former President Donald Trump says if he wins the election in November, he'll implement a mass deportation policy. Vice President
got quite a few of our officers out here that are out here tonight again. I've been out here for several weeks, making contacts with our residents, reassuring them about the criminal activity that's happening here and how we're going to address it. We're out here, we want to reassure the people that live in this community that we are actively investigating criminal activity that's happening and listening to them to so that we can learn anything that we're missing. You know, what are we missing, and actually find out what exactly is going on. We're out here because we care. I mean, nobody should be wearing this uniform if they don't care. And we want the residents and the people that live here to know that we care. We've been talking to the residents here and learning from them to find out what exactly is going on. And there's definitely a different picture. I'm not saying that there's not gang members that don't live in this community, but what we're learning out here is that gang members have not taken over this complex. We've really made an effort to the last few days to just really ask the specific questions or the direct questions in terms of the gang activity and who's actually making sure that people aren't paying rent to gang leaders or gang members, that's not happening. And we've discovered here today and yesterday talking to so many residents that that's not the case. We've been talking about, and they've been sincere with us. We've really got.
So that's crazy. One story is promoting that is gang activity, gang takeover, gang run over, inside this complex. And yet you got police coming out there and, questioning these people, and they saying that it's not. I mean, I have seen movies. I'm from old school, new school, you know what I mean? I mean, so I do know back in the days, you see movies of Charles Bronson, towns taking over and Charles Bronson coming in there, ask questions, everybody good, some people nodding, yeah, some people like, it's not, you understand? Or some people because they scared to speak up, you know what I mean? But you got cops making rounds, and they definitely probably went to that door 301 or 331, whatever the door number was that the guns was going inside of, you know what I mean? So, well, what's your take on both videos?
Listen here, brother. If I'm a regular policeman, if I'm any type of anything, I'm scared. I'm scared of this gang stuff. Cause those folks, them cartels and them non-American gangs, we're nothing compared to them. They don't mind having a what am I gonna call it? What's that movie with Pacino and De Niro, and they was in the middle of the street having a shootout. Heat. They don't mind playing heat with police. What are they gonna do? Deport me? Okay. So I'm getting away. If I don't get away, somebody's not coming home. Do not play with them. Do not take them lightly. You sitting there report. I wouldn't even try to have that shit reported right now. I don't want them to know that we know. No, I don't. I don't want them to know we know. And it's just me coming from a tactical standpoint. I want to remain stupid. The same way, like, people don't think like we're educated. You keep it to yourself. Don't let them know you know. Don't let them know, and then just set that bitch up. But then you got to come through strong. You can't come in, because when you kick in that door, there will be shots fired, and that's a fact. That's a fact. There will be shots fired. So whatever's they saying, believe it. They there and they taking over. So be have your shit correct, because it's definitely going to be a blaze of glory thing happening. And they're not snitching.
Right.
Seeing those videos and seeing all of that shit, I was like, well, there's definitely proof that at least they live in the building. Now, am I seeing any of the proof of them running through and making people pay rent and taking over the lobby and making sure nobody moves nothing in and out? Come on now, that's not happening. I seen a whole video where 5 dudes was waiting inside to get inside of the door, and they all could have just cleared out that whole one complex. You kidding me right now? That would have been easy money. That's not happening. What we have to understand and accept is that they already know the gangs have been there. They already know, obviously, cops ain't stupid. Now they just have more proof to be like, we know at least now where they stay at and where things are happening. But what else is there left to do? Like Jackie said, I'm not going to give you my full hand and let you know they're there, but to go ahead and throw out a story where the people are unsafe and they're paying up monies and they controlling shit, and wherever that narrative comes from, it's kind of strange for me too. Like, we're gonna put police right there in that one complex. What's gonna happen? Nothing. Everything's gonna go ahead and you're gonna see everything's gonna be cleared up. Nah. Do you have dudes in the building that's not supposed to be there? Hell yeah. Are you having dudes moving some weapons out of the building? Hell yeah. Can we go get them? Hell no, not yet. Ain't nothing we can do about that right now.
All right, now.
We know you safe right now, so we go from there.
Facts. That's facts. And what was crazy though, that's why I reported on both angles, because that's why I put quote and unquote, because news is showing it from one, saying it from one angle, you know what I mean, and showing the video, one video. And not like, we did our investigation and we seen them standing outside, patrolling, or harassing people coming from the store with their groceries or whatever, you know what I mean? None of that, was reported, you know what I mean? It was just reported as far as being said, you know what I'm saying? And showing this video. So it could be manipulated in every form and which way, So, but now they're also reporting that the mayor office is saying one thing, is going with the gang members, and then the police is saying it's not, so there's a political crash there, or political, I'm saying political, but I'm not meaning in a Republican or Democratic type of form, but I mean, it's like maybe a power struggle between the mayor office and the police, and they're just using this picture, this video as the immigration, situation, you know what I mean?
Oh boy, if Trump gets in, that immigration is boom, that's shut down. And then I think for that situation like that, I think he'll send in the army, which is what I would do, because if you think they moving weapons, that means they got weapons. They got them. Yeah. I'm not, oh boy, like you need the SWAT team. You need every SWAT team, a couple SWAT teams. Then at least if you're not going to do military, you need a few SWAT teams. You need snipers. Like you need heat, bro. It might sound heat. Think of heat. If you ever saw heat, bro, that's what's going to fucking happen. It's going to be like Peru or some shit when they rebelling against the government in the middle of the fucking street and they holding court right there, bro. That's what I see is going to happen. And where was the location?
In Colorado.
Colorado. Come on, man. A small community, I'm assuming. If it's not Denver, it's not Colorado Springs. It's not one of them big towns. Yeah, you better bring in you need a good tactical team. And you could beat them. Of course, you could beat them with numbers. But you don't want to kill everybody. I mean, hopefully you wouldn't, delete everybody. Hopefully you wouldn't have to. But they're not going down easy. They're not. Because if I was an international, I'm not going down easy. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not going. I ain't going. And if I do go, oh well, I'll try again. I get a respawn. Though. But I get a respawn. You're going to send me back to whatever country I came from, and I'm going to pop up as Jose Manuel this time. And then it's going to happen again, and I'm going to come back as Jorge. And then I'm going to come back as I get the respawn. You ain't respawning. So man, we might need Trump more than we think, man. Because it's dangerous. I hate to sound like a racist, but The bad ones are getting through, man. The bad ones. It's not like, it's mom and pop trying to really escape the poverty and the oppression. Nah, it's the dudes that's running. They running for Tuco Salamanca. It's those kind of dudes, man. That's Breaking Bad. If you don't know, that's Breaking Bad.
I mean, they coming over with the rest of the population that's coming over as far as just trying to make the American dream happen. You know what I mean? But they are coming over as far as the badass, the young dudes that don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They've been on the streets out there. Gang hustling. You know what I mean? And been doing this and mastering it out there. You know what I mean? It is just bringing it to New York City, just bringing it to these areas. That's
what I'm saying. God and the police only the ones that know how sophisticated their systems are, and just like Jackie said, man, you just gonna be like, all right, you think you're gonna stop me now? If this hole is open, I can keep exploiting this loophole and just keep going over and over and over and over again. It's an easy ride for me to take that.
Tuco, you watch Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, Jay?
Yeah.
So you know Tuco Salamanca, the dude who's crazy. He's crazy in everything he's in. He's the one who was like, hey, what's that joint with Denzel and Ethan Hawke? Training Day. He's like, you ever had your shit pushed in? He was That's Tuco. All he do is sniff crystal meth and kill people. I mean, delete people. Well, it's TV, so I guess that context is okay.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy how the narrative is, and not saying that these people are not out there, because obviously the video is showing what it's showing. But at the end of the day, don't say it's happening how it's happening, and then don't show other, entities or other proof that it's occurring that way. And then with the cops, creating their own video, maybe again, that's trying to save their ass, saying that we did our vigilant, we did out there, we did our homework, nothing's going on. Or something is going on. It's just that not as big as what these people are saying is going on. So it's just crazy.
That could be an exaggeration. But to be honest, I think they should approach it as bigger than what it might be. Because like Exhibit said, rather be caught with it than caught without one. You know what I mean? It's better to not overdo it. But yeah, instead of, 2 teams, come with 3 teams. Keep one team back just in case. If it's, just in case. You don't have to go. I mean, you might have to, though. It's a touchy situation because you don't want to go in. I'm trying to use their expression, so I'm going to say pause 3 times. You don't want to go in too soft. You don't want to go in too hard. You go in too hard. And word. It's tricky. It's tricky. How do you approach that? You need a tactical team.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, like with the last situation, hopefully they figure out what's going on over there, and once they figure out how to handle that situation safely without putting any more people in danger.
Right. Because if it's big weapons, now in a small enclosed space, like I can't say the projects because they don't make the projects like New York City. So if you having a shootout, man, there's a lot of innocent people at stake with bullets going through walls because they don't make them like the project walls we got that are fireproof and the bullets bounce off like our walls and ceilings. That shit is fucking plaster and bullshit. It's regular. What's that? Yeah, plaster. Yeah. And what's not plywood. What's that? The sheetrock. There you go. It's just it's going right through sheetrock. You can stick a knife through sheetrock. So that's why I mean you need a real good tactician, a tactical team, because you can't, like I said, and I'm gonna say pause 2 more times. You can't go in too hard. You can't go in too soft. You can't because the police gonna have good weaponry too. They got MP5s and all that's going right through that sheetrock. All those bullets are going through the sheetrock. You can't just go in there and go gun ho. But you still have to assume that when you breach, that there's going to be boom, there's going to be somebody waiting to shoot. They have to have security on the door.
Like you're saying, like how they saying, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, who knows, man? We probably come back to this, story somewhere in the future down the line if it comes
hopefully
out.
we'll figure out before next week.
Yeah, you're silly. It was also a report that the Hell Angels who was going out there and rescuing the projects of the takeover of Venezuela gang. But that's just actual reports, and it had a little video on YouTube showing the whole bunch of Hell Angels just motorcycling.
Not building.
Yeah,
We
that's
run
cool.
Colorado.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, our building. We run Colorado.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna give our final thoughts on today's show. Now, I mean, we're gonna start off with DOJ, then we're gonna go to Uncle Jackie, then end it off with myself. I gather.
It's definitely been fun. I hate that we had to start it off with such a sour subject. Hopefully next week it'll be a lot better. You know, it was heartbreaking. How you doing? I hope we can justify the losses for what we had, and they figure something out from there. And this whole building thing, there better be a great ending to this, man. They better come through with some weapons or nothing, because if you're just going to tell me, no, we just evicted everybody out the building, now everybody's safe, I'm just going to be mad, because this was just a waste. I don't understand. Some videos I'm watching was crazy. Like you said, they should be coming. I want to see this. I want to be like, hey, yeah, we squatted down the whole block and make sure we shut that all the way down. We'll go from there.
They do that with weed in New York.
Right, they do it for the easily conquered shit. But as far as the Georgia thing goes, yeah, condolences to the families of the 4 victims, and I guess you say 5th because that dude is he's not gonna live past 19. What did they wait till you're 21 years old or 18? I know you spend some time because he's gonna be in a juvenile facility for a while. I think. I don't think they're gonna just automatically place him with the big boys.
They're trying him
at 14. I know he's gonna get the time as an adult, but when he gets placed, he's not gonna automatically go up the road. As they say here, he's not automatically going up the road. He got to spend a certain amount of time. Yeah, they got to wait till he's 18 to 21, and condolences to his family, and within 24 hours we will know that full situation. And as far as the gangs go, man, I mean, I'm just reiterate what I just said. Y'all need a tactical team. Y'all need to find out, like DOJ just said, find out if what you're hearing is for real. Yeah. And it's not some type of, you don't want to look stupid. But, that situation right there is a sticky situation. Because you got tenants and you got weak foundation. Like, they don't make them like they used to. So, these places, things are going through the walls. So I hope that situation gets clarified, because I definitely, like the OJ just said again, I want to know what the hell is going to happen. I want to know. I need to know. And shout out to everybody who tuned in and who going to tune in later.
Big shout out.
Well, yeah, word. Thanks everybody for joining. You know what I mean? My final thoughts on the situation is rest in peace to the 4 that was lost out there in Georgia today. And like I said, speedy recovery for the 9. That's about to have to go through that recovery of being injured. You know what I mean?
And the mental.
Yeah, facts. And the mental, situation they about to go through. But guys, young dudes, old dudes, what I mean? It don't make sense to grab a gun and go handle, situation of any caliber. I mean, you got 2 hands, if only your 2 hands will work, and if that don't work too good, what I mean? Pick up something. I'd rather you, If you're gonna get a charge of beating somebody, beat somebody ass. You know, go hand to hand style. But you may be afraid that you can't win. So that's the situation. And sometimes you have to take up, in a position in life of maybe not winning. You know what I mean? Maybe you're not a loser, but you know your place in life. You know what I mean? And nothing can be too harsh or too serious that you have to pick up a gun and go that route. It may seem like that in the heat of the moment and things of that nature, but the consequences at hand is either two ways. You're gonna be in jail behind bars. Being somebody, or you being somebody in jail, or you're going to be unalive. I mean, which route you want to go? Either route is just non-successful in life. You know what I mean? There's other ways that you can handle other avenues. As far as the Venezuela thing going on, and just the news is trying to twist it one way. Maybe it's going down like that, but either or, it's just that it has to come to a conclusion. It has to come to a resolution that they have to find out what's going on. They've seen guns going in and out, seen people rushing, whether it was consent that they went in there or not. You know what I mean? It's something going on in there, and it should be investigated. They do all types of heavy investigation all over the place. They violate our rights. They got all types of policies out there that, digging our rights and digging in our backyard. They should be able to go in there without no problem after seeing certain things and certain videos of that and doing their investigation. And hopefully within the next couple of weeks we could bring you something, an update on that situation. I also appreciate you guys for coming out here and dedicating your time. Love you guys. You know what I mean?
Much love.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. So next week, my friends. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.
Yes, sir. You too, brother.
All right, guys. I'll have that, y'all.
Peace.
With the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Arms so hard, gotta stack that case out my back. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, gotta stack that case.
You too, Miss Branson.
Wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire.